Hello there, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Robin R. Robinson with Big Age Love. Thank you so much for stopping by. Big Age Love is a show for savvy, melanated folks ages 55 and over who want to age well. You want to have a few laughs, you want to be uplifted, and you want to keep your mind moisturized because a moisturized mind is a magnificent mind. So, and you want to stay cute as hell in the process, okay? Check, 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 win, win, win. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today is Thursday, the 15th of January, and it is 12:54 p.m. It's also the day that Martin Luther King Jr. was born, so I'm pretty sure that he is not very, very happy with the troubles of the world we're in right now, but I just pray that he continues to rest in peace and just know that it's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. But anyway, hey, gorgeous again. I hope you've been taking care of yourself. I hope you've had a good week. Um, and you're just enjoying life, okay? But let me tell you something. I've had a week of hell of a week, and like Ray says, this week has been testing me. Help me, Lord, help me, help me, help me. Okay, all right. So I tell you, this episode is about how to pivot like a rock star, not an NBA star, but a rock star. Okay, the word pivot is described as a central point on which something turns. It refers to a significant change in direction, strategy, or focus. A significant change in direction, strategy, or focus, or in life by adapting to new circumstances. So let me tell you what happened. This past Sunday, the 11th of January, I had a few errands to run. It was a spectacular day. It was a little breezy, but the sun was out, so I figured let me run some errands. So the last of my errands would be a car wash. So I go to the car wash. I'm a member, so I drive through the car wash, do what I'm supposed to do, and I always keep the radio off when I go through the car wash. I just like it to not have any distractions or noise or anything. So I felt like a jolt, and but that's normal because I'm on a conveyor belt and there's always going to be a jolt. But this one, for some reason, just weirded me out. So anyway, I finished the car wash and I go to the bay to park my car to wipe her down and vacuum and do all that. And so I have all of that finished and I'm ready to get in the car and go home. And I get in the car and put in the key and it just like nothing. It's just all of these icons coming up on the dashboard, red icons and whatnot, and click, click, click. I'm like, oh, gee whiz, that's not okay. That's not what I want to hear. So I try again. I put the key in, put the key, turn it to the right, and it's click, 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 click. I'm like, oh, damn, that's not what was supposed to happen. That's not part of my to do list. So I'm like, okay, let me think about how I'm going to deal with this and what I'm going to do because it's not part of the plan, but it's okay. I gotta regroup. I've got to pivot. So I get out of the car. I'm looking for an actual manager on the site, but obviously that would be too easy. There's no manager on the site on that Sunday. There's a couple of folks who are interim, temporary managers, if you will. So I've happened to find this one chick, not a sister. She's a chick, and I'm explaining to her what was going on, telling her that I'm thinking that the car and jolting and the car not starting now, there's similarities and they have to be connected. And she is literally, while I am explaining to her, scarfing down something in a bowl. This heifer is not even swallowing. She's just, first of all, you do not eat. A manager does not eat while someone is trying to explain to them being disgruntled about a service that your company is supposed to offer. So she is just, scarfing down like she hasn't eaten in several days. And believe you and me, between you and me, if she had missed several days, it would not have been a good look on her. Listen, listen, I'm not body shaming, but there are certain types of clothing that one should not wear if one is teetering on the weeble wobble side, okay? Who said that? Who said that? So anyway, she had on these tight khakis. She had on this cruise shirt, this belt that was tightly around her waist, trying to hold everything in. Things were protruding. She's scarfing. I'm trying to explain, and it's all really not a good look at all. It really isn't. And she's telling me, well, it sounds like it might be the battery. We are not allowed to touch your car, but I can give you something that you can, hook up to your. I can pull my car around, and you can hook it up to your car, and then we can do the battery and all. I said, look, I don't handle that kind of thing. I don't deal with batteries. I've never even put a battery charger on a car cable before. That's just not what I do. And I said, well, I'm trying to get information so that I can escalate this, because it sounds like it's going to have to be escalated. I said, so what is your last name? I don't have to tell you my last name. I don't have to tell you my last name. Okay. All right. So apparently not apparently, but there was a gentleman there who was very nice and very helpful, who was able to give me information that I needed, emails, phone numbers, as much information as he possibly could, because he was kind of new as well. So it turns out that I did have to call AAA, and they came about half an hour later or so, and so I had to pivot. You're asking, well, what about pivoting? How are you pivoting? Well, I had to pivot. Pivot. I decided to pivot by not letting the situation weird me out, stress me out, do any of those things. Thank goodness I had AAA, so it would have been much more bothersome had I not had it, but I did, thank God. So he came, and it turned out it was a battery. He installed the battery, but that was an unexpected expense because the battery was sort of expensive, $225. And that to me is a little expensive. It wasn't in the budget. But I got the battery, I took care of it, and all that was taken care of. He was a nice gentleman. I appreciated his efforts. I told him so. So I was armed, not armed. Was not armed. My bad. I had all the things that I needed to start my file for my escalation. So I'm heading home. I get home and I proceed to go to the trunk to take out the things that I had purchased earlier before the situation at the car wash. So I open up my trunk and I notice it smelled so fresh and clean and just really fresh. Turns out a cleaning product that I purchased had the top had fallen off, had become undone, and all of the contents of the cleaning product had spilled out in the bag. What the hell? So luckily the receipt was not in the bag, and luckily there was nothing else that was in the bag that could have been ruined. So I had to pivot again. So when I went inside the house, I said, okay, Robin, you're gonna have to pivot again. First of all, the expense that you had with the AAA, with the battery, that was not an expense that was in your budget. And so therefore, the best thing to do for now is you're going to have to take back the running shoes that you just bought, because the shoes that you presently have are adequate and functional for at least another month or so. And the store you went to, DSW, always has sales, so they will definitely be having another sale within another month or so. And so take those back so that you won't have the battery expense on top of the running shoe expense. So I did that and I felt good about it, and it wasn't a problem, and it's what I had to do. And it was an adult decision, and that's what I had to do. But the saga continues. So I called the company that I was dealing with, not going to name them right now, and called their corporate office. So I called the corporate office on Monday around 9:30 in the morning, and I had the pleasure of talking to a wonderful AI synthetic heifer named Nora. And Nora was a trip. I don't typically talk to AI. I'm not interested in talking to AI. I want to talk to human beings. So I was telling her what was going on and that I needed to speak to someone as soon as possible, and I needed to have the situation rectified. I wanted to let them know that my customer service that was extended to me was unacceptable by this person, and that's not what I'm used to. I'm a member, and I should not be treated this way. And she was just like, I understand your frustration, and I will make certain that I open up a ticket and get it to the representative so that he can get back to you just as soon as possible. I says, well, do you know when he might get back to me? Do you have a time estimate? I'm not sure when he will get back. I'm not sure when they will get back to you, but I will make certain that I open up a ticket so that they can get back to you just as soon as possible. I'm like, you know what, Nora, after calling her several times, I've called her already 6 times since this past Monday, and it is now Thursday. And I asked her, I said, is there even an office where you are, where human beings interact and they have meetings and they have lunch and they operate and they make copies and they distribute things. Is this a real office? I cannot tell you whether or not this is a real office, but I can open up a ticket with that. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear that spiel anymore. What if I wrote a letter to the corporate office letting them know that I was dissatisfied? Do you think that a human being would be opening up that letter and responding to it? I'm not sure if a human being will be opening up your letter. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, my goodness, this is gracious. This is nuts. I understand your frustration and I understand your frustration, but I will make certain that I open up a ticket. She kept talking about open up a damn ticket. But I've called you 5 times and I've not heard from anybody. So I told her, I said, I am this close from canceling my membership because I shouldn't be treated this way. And a company should be concerned about how their customers are treated and whether or not their concerns are being taken care of after numerous phone calls. It's not acceptable. It really, really isn't. So, enough of her, enough of Nora, enough of all of it. So, um, she did ask me something that I thought that was hilarious. She goes, "Can I reach you at the phone number that we have on file?" I says, "Well, what is the phone number that you have on file?" "Oh, I cannot divulge that information due to privacy concerns." I said, "Okay, okay, all right. You really are not very very helpful. I mean, it's. I know that you are a robot, and then I did ask her. I knew she was a robot, but I asked her. I said, "Are you AI? Are you a robot?" "I am AI, but I am here to assist you. I will open up a ticket and get it to the representative who will call you back just as soon as possible." I'm like, okay, enough synthetic effa, enough. Needless to say, this past week has been maddening. It's been frustrating, but you know what? Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody's gonna hold me down. Oh no, I'm gonna keep on moving. Hey, so anyway, that's how you win at the pivot game. That's how you win at the pivot game. So I've got a few tips on how you can, 5 additional tips on how you can win and get a W in your corner. Okay. The first one is to analyze, identify what isn't working and concentrate on what is. Okay. Number 2, define new goals. Clarify what you want to achieve with the new approach. Clarify what you want to achieve with the new approach. Number 3, develop options. Brainstorm new strategies and directions. Number 4, adapt. Adapt, be flexible and embrace change. But don't just quit. Don't just quit. Adjust your path. Number 5, plan and act. Create a plan for the pivot, focusing on key priorities and work towards seeing your goal come to fruition. Also, practicing these affirmations will help you stay on track because it can get very, very frustrating. It really, really, really can. So, practice these. Affirmations. I focus on what I can control and release what I can't. I focus on what I can control and release what I can't. Every challenge sharpens my focus and propels me forward. Every challenge sharpens my focus and propels me forward. I release old negative beliefs and welcome faith and optimism. I release old negative beliefs and welcome faith and optimism. That's fabulous, isn't it? It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So learn how to pivot like a rock star, not an NBA star, but like a rock star. And just know that if you change the way you think, the things you think about change and that it will all work out. Have a plan, work your plan, okay? So it's time to wrap this up, beautiful human. I hope that I've given you insights and ways to accommodate frustration and how to keep yourself on track, okay? I want these nuggets of knowledge to help you to continue to maneuver freely about this cabin called life, okay? Because we got to maneuver because it's getting crazy out there, okay? Crazy, crazy. So each day there's a new batch of fresh hell sitting on the counter waiting to be inhaled, and we can't have that. We got to rebuke all forms of gnarliness. Rebuke all forms of gnarliness. Be thou gone, gnarly. Be thou gone. You're not wanted here. You're not wanted here, gnarly. So take care of yourself, gorgeous. Continue to love on your gorgeous self. Take a walk, listen to some jazz, meditate, pray, journal, take a nap, make some love, eat healthy, laugh a little bit, binge his and hers on Netflix because that's some good stuff right there. So until next time, thank you for listening to Big H Love with Robin R. Robinson. I appreciate you so much. Please continue to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I appreciate the love and I appreciate you. Continue to be fabulous, continue to be gorgeous, continue to be wonderful, continue to grow, embrace, love, continue to be smart, continue to be curious, continue to have faith. It's all going to work out. You take it easy, be well, be happy, be blessed. And thank you again for stopping by. Big Age Love with Robin R. Robinson. You take it easy now. Peace.